Hi, I'm George with NS345. Happy New Year. Happy 2017 to you and your family. I hope you guys are doing great. This is my first video of 2017, so I'm really excited to be back. Took some time off to be with the family, and I got some time also to make some good music. So let's get to it. Let's take a listen at the bass, and then we're gonna listen to the guitars. Let's try to focus on strings today. So let's see what we have on the bass. First thing I'm gonna do is look at the waveform of the bass and see if there's anything there that needs addressing. Looks like it's pretty even all the way, so I'm not really gonna mess with any of the clip gain. It's a little bit here. I can actually probably bring that down, but I could just take a quick listen. Yeah, it is a bit loud, so let's just bring it down real quick. So that's easily fixed. Go here, hit B, bring this down, and I'm good to go. Okay, that's about it. And maybe afterwards there. Oops. Okay, nothing much really to mess with. So I don't have any processing. The only plugin that I have instantiated on the bass track is the Slate VCC. And let me show you what that's doing. Let's solo the bass real quick. And you notice that the needle is pushing about 3 on the VU meter. So I'm going to bring that back because I want it to be right at 0, not past 0. I'm happy with that. It added a little bit of gain, but that's okay. Let's move on to the next plugin. I don't need much EQ, so I'm only going to add complementary EQ. And for that, I'm going to use the one that I really like recently, which I think is, let me try this one. The RS56. I love this plugin. It's an amazing plugin. So let's bring it in and let's see what it does. Right off the bat, I could tell that the bass sounded really dark, not a lot of life in it. So I'm just boosting a shelf at 5800. I'm gonna push it to 8100 right now just to hear the difference. But right away, I could tell that the plugin's acting really nice, and it just opened up the top end. You were able to immediately hear it. Yes, there's some gain, but I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about what I want to hear. So let's see what the bypass plugin sounds like. So immediately it cleaned it up, and that's nice. Right now we're hearing it outside of the context of the mix. So we'll go back to it and listen to it in context. On the bass side, on the low end, I really don't need a lot, but I am gonna add at 60. I normally add about 2 dB. Okay, and let's see what the mids hold for us. It's got specific frequencies here as a starting point, so I'm just going to go ahead and use that because somebody thought that those frequencies would work good with this plugin. And again, this is a modulation of an actual piece of hardware. Oh, I like that. It's just a little bell there. Okay, bypassed. Okay, really quickly, 7.2 dBs at 5800, and that's a shelf. And I'm using a high-end shelf, or the actual curve, that's a shelf. I'm throwing in 2 dBs at 4K, and it's just a quick resonance bell right before the high shelf starts at 5800. And I've got 3 dBs, a boost of 3 dB at 64, and again, that's a shelf, and it starts right back there at 64, so it doesn't sound too bad. Let me bypass the frequencies, see if we can tell any difference. Okay, that's clear to me. And I'm going to set the compression in the context of the mix so I can really focus on telling the difference of what the compressor is doing within the bass track. I sing along with you in this. All right, if you notice, just the bass track, just with the plugin bypass, there's not a big difference within the bass track by itself. When the bass track is in solo, you hear all that difference. That top end comes in nice, but it's really hard to hear it in the context of the mix. Check it out. I'll start playing it, then I'll bypass the plugin as it's playing. I sing along with you in this game for two. So there's a small boost in gain, but there's actually a better boost in the top end, so that makes the bass track cut a little bit better within the mix. Now let me bring in a compressor. I'm going to use the H compressor this time from Waves. I sing along with you in this game for two. Won't you tell me, babe, how do you feel? Okay, so just with the threshold at -24, I'm getting a gain reduction of about 6 dBs, and it's sounding pretty nice already. The ratio is set at 3 to 1. There's this punch knob here. I don't really use it. The attack is set halfway. Let's see if I can play with the attack a little bit. I sing along with you in this game for two. Won't you tell me, babe? At around 8.3 on the attack is pretty good because it's only taking care of the transients that are coming in really fast, and then the release is pretty slow, so I like that. I sing along with you in this. So it's not cutting off the bass completely, it's going boom, and you could hear it coming back as the player is hitting it. Let me see what the punch knob does. I sing along with you in this game for two. Won't you tell me, babe, how do you feel? Okay, I actually like this plugin a lot. And here is what I have. I have the color at 3, the analog knob. I have the ratio on 3:1. The punch knob is at 0. The attack is at 8. And the threshold at 24. The release is at about 17 milliseconds. So that's a pretty nice release. The output, I'm not adding any gain to it, but I can if I wanted to.
I sing along with you in this game for two. Won't you tell me, babe, how do you feel? 'Cause I noticed, girl, I noticed that you so real. Tell me what is it like to dance in the rain under pale moonlight? I'm still in.
I have to bring the volume a little bit on the
I
bass.
sing along with you in this game.
Okay, that's good for now. I'll leave it there. And I can come back later and maybe even try adding some reverb to the bass. But let's leave it there for now. Let's move on to the electric guitars.